So guys, I have a special guest with me today. Um, he was allegedly slandering me live on his own Twitch stream, so I felt it was only fair he could come and defend his opinions, and so that we could, get the air clear and we can be friends again. It's Mr. UTX the Don. How are you doing, JG?
Ain't no beef.
How you doing, man? You doing good? You doing okay?
Better.
You doing better? Okay.
It was a nice day today.
Okay. What's up, man? What's going on with you, man? What do you want? What's hurting you today?
There's nothing to talk about, like I said. You're trying to make this into something that is not.
Oh, really? What?
I mean, if we're gonna play your game,
what had you upset about?
I guess we'll give the chat what they want.
Okay. What is your complaint? You got an issue with how chat perceives your Sekiro gameplay?
Yeah.
So what's wrong with how chat perceives your Sekiro?
People were coming at me like I've committed like a gaming sin or something.
Well, so to be fair, to give you a benefit of the doubt, I don't think there's ever was like a bet determined, right? Like there was no bet on like who's gonna be set. Like there was nothing like that. I think it just came out of a meme that I just tweeted out, which was literally like, who do you think is gonna rage quit first? It was like a poll, but it wasn't like we all bet each other. Instead, like who's gonna rage quit owes like everyone else in the group like $10 or some shit, right? So, why are you timing people out? Come on, JG.
Nah, we're having a civil discussion.
Right? What you gotta time?
And this is part of the problem.
Okay, so what is the problem? What is this problem? No. What is that? What is that? Is the problem? What is that?
Proceed.
No. I'm saying what is that? Like,
go ahead with what you said.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, what did he do to justify the 600?
Because he kept talking, and like I said, I'm not Ace, bro, because we're not like this is. I think there are levels to slander within the GI community.
Agreed.
And there are certain things that I'm just not going to tolerate.
Okay. Do you think it's it's more of the thing?
For someone to say that I am doing a thing as cheating in a single player game. First of all, this is a single player, right?
Well, I mean, so to understand, you understand that this is like a meme, right? Like this is all like just a meme. Like no one seriously believes you're a cheat. I perceive it as we memed it. It's a meme, but I don't know.
I understand.
I do think some people in the chat might think it's legit. Like this is a part of this is like a psychological aspect of like people who were there at the time know it's a meme and it's a joke, but like people who come into the chat who aren't aware of the joke might think it's real, right?
Yeah, I understand it, but like I said before, like there's regular slander and then there's a slander, and we're not going to get to a slander because we know how this is. And I also say this in my rant because I don't know if you watched the whole video, because obviously I don't know if they did.
They gave me clips. They gave me a bunch of clips. Absolute is the main culprit. He sent me like 4 different clips.
Again, the clips tell another part of the story, but I was like, yo, like this is the whole reason why Ace gets upset at the chat, right?
Okay.
Because they constantly come at him, but they won't say that same stuff in his chat.
And
they'll say the same stuff in other people's chats about him.
You're saying they'll slander him in other people's chats, but they won't slander him in his own chat?
But they won't come in. Yeah, they won't come in his chat with that same energy. That's literally how the whole stream started, how the whole rant started.
So you were streaming Sekiro, and somebody
would like have that same energy, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Have that same energy?" Like, we're talking about a video game. And so it was like, because I was talking about how one of the bosses wasn't as tough as I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, okay, we'll have that same energy. And I was like, what are you talking about? Have that same energy? I was like, I have that same energy right now. So I was like, no, what y'all need to do is have that same energy in other people's chat.
So you slandered me as a result of that?
Because you were one of the people you were one of the people who they were talking about. So I was like,
what were they saying about me?
I was like, because they were talking about rage quitting the game.
Oh, okay. What does that have to do with me? To be fair, I was like about to rage quit like last.
And to be fair, you've never rage quit.
I don't think I've ever rage quit any game.
At least,
yeah,
that I've seen at least. But they were like, "You want to quit the game?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I never quit a game in my life that you've seen at least." I was like,
Right.
I never rage quit anything.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, no, if you're going to check me about that, you need to check other people in GI who haven't beat some of the games that they play.
But hold on. But rage quitting a game and beating and not beating a game is not the same thing. Like, I think that's what some people
This
were
is
perceiving,
the
right?
chat we're talking about here.
Yes,
This
but
isn't.
I'm saying it as, like, it seems like your counter to, like, what the chat was saying is completely, like, it's like, it's not, like, a good correlation. Like, you can't just say, well, you know, I don't rage quit games, but, like, let's talk about this person who, like, doesn't, like, hasn't beaten a certain game, right?
Well, then it just got to beating games, right? Because
Right.
that's another thing that started that keeps going,
But
right?
but that has
me-
nothing to do with
about
Sekiro,
me
right? Like,
allegedly
yeah,
not.
right?
No, but the Sekiro thing ended up expanding
Bringing that in?
to just games, period, right?
Okay.
So I was like, okay, how many games have I beat on stream this year? How many streams have I beat? How many games have I beat on stream last year? I was like, it's never been an issue with not beating games, right?
Mhm.
But I was like, okay, if we're gonna have the same energy, let's talk about somebody else who hasn't beat games. So I was like, if you're gonna have the same energy with me when it comes to allegedly not beating games, then you need to have the same energy with other GI members. And you just ended up being the one.
So I got targeted for it.
Yeah, you just ended up being the one.
I mean, is
I ain't
it
gonna lie.
is it just? I don't know. Is it just like a fucking meme? I mean, I admit, like, there are games that I just haven't beaten. I have my, like, specific reasons for them that I feel is justified as to why I didn't beat them, but I don't think I just straight up, like, I guess I don't qualify rage quitting and, like, not beating a game as the same thing. And the idea
I
that,
don't.
like,
I don't need
yeah?
it technically. Like if we're
Yeah?
gonna talk about that, I don't technically because you actually brought up a good point. Like there have been certain games that I just
You just
simply
get
got
bored of,
bored.
yeah, and you just don't.
that I
You don't
just
finish
simply
them.
got bored and I didn't play.
And
right?
I'd argue, like, half of the games that
But
we
I
deal
didn't
with.
finish.
Yeah, I'd argue, like, half the games that, like, I even say, like, everyone in GI has not finished the game. Like, I wouldn't say it's different when it's, like, you don't beat games, which is, I think it's, like, I think that's more of a guise of, you don't, you're not, like, let's say, skill-wise, you can't beat this game for some reason, and so then you rage quit it, compared to just, like, I could have beat it. It wasn't like the game was too difficult.
Hold on, 'cause you see what's going on. Go ahead and address that.
Okay, so
Could
what specifically?
The last comment in your chat.
Okay, so cough Resident Evil 2. So yeah, so like Resident Evil 2 had nothing to do with like me skill wise. I would argue like Resident Evil 2 was like it's the only thing that ties up to Resident Evil 2 is like it's literally just a culprit of just like there's so many games coming out right now. Because remember, like I was playing DMC every single. I'm sorry, I was playing Resident Evil 2 all the way up to another game release. Was it Metro came out? It was either Metro or Metro and DMC came out. And as you guys remember, in February we had literally every week a new game was dropping over and over and over again. So for me, to defend like the idea of Resident Evil 2, I could easily like beat Resident. I could literally load it up right now and beat it. Like you guys already told me, like I was at the last 10th of the game, so it wasn't like I was in the middle of it and I just couldn't beat it. It was just literally like, yeah, I'm basically almost done with this game. It was just the guys of to put things in context. I was working on Samurai Zero. Remember, like I revealed Samurai Zero February the 1st, so that was literally right around the time I was working on RE2. So I had to put RE2 to the side and be like, I have to put this game to the side. I can't stream it because I have to work on game development. And then when I finished with game development, then what happened? What's the first game that came out? Metro came out, DMC came out, and I streamed those games first. And you can check my stream history for those. So I streamed those games first, and then Division 2 came out, which is a massive fucking game. So I had to play that, and then Sekiro came out, and I've been playing Sekiro ever since. So it hasn't even been me like dropping RE2. It's just been straight up. I need time to go back to play it, which I would go back and then do. It's just
but
it's ultimately like there's so many games, but there's too little time. And then Anthem came out, and we were playing Anthem like for like for the first like for February nonstop. Every day we had to hop on. So I feel like a lot of it is like a lot of people perceive it as months later they'll perceive it as we don't beat games, but I think it's more of you need to have the context of when that game came out, what we were playing at the time, and ultimately a lot of these things can choke up to. I never got a chance to get back to that game to beat it. I think like what TBH is that point essentially. He doesn't release fucking reviews for any of his games until like months after the game's like pretty much done and no one's playing them anymore. Like his Odyssey review came out months after the game came out. And with me with Odyssey, it was just like Odyssey was like the point where I got to. I told you this before. I got to what's it called? I got to the point where they revealed the plot, right? Like spoiler alert, the like cult, and like they show you the tree that's like a nemesis system, and they show all these like people you have to murder. And when I saw that, I was like, oh man, this is a lot of bullshit I gotta do. I was like, oh, this is a lot of grind shit I gotta do. And after that, like all these other games had been coming out at that time, and I was like, I don't want to play this right now. Like, why would I grind through this when all these other cooler games are coming out right now? And I haven't gone back to it since. And it doesn't like, it's not like I can't beat it. It's just, it's just to the point. See, you talking a lot of shit for somebody who's not in Discord. I can argue the same thing. All Siggy plays is Fortnite and Tetris, and you lose the fucking Japanese players. I don't want to hear it.
Well, let me say something real quick, because before I just got tired of just talking about that during my rant. I was also going to mention TBH, right? Because this man...
TBH don't finish games either.
This man has played, and I told him this too because he's stubborn, and this man has played 2 games, right? 2 of the, quote-unquote game of the years, which was not Resident Evil, Red Dead 2.
Yeah, and he rage quit. He's legitimately rage quit.
Both of those games.
Yeah. I think everyone, I was going
to mention that because technically that's worse. That's worse than anything.
The funny thing is, I don't think anyone in GI outside of TBH has a record of actually rage quitting. Outside of him, he's the only one in GI I've actually like legitimately. I don't think anyone else in GI.
Footage too.
Yeah, there's actual footage and clips of him uninstalling games live while playing them. Like, this isn't a lie. This isn't like we're making this up. There's no context that we're avoiding for that. He just straight up did not like the game for different reasons, and he gave up and uninstalled them. It was just that fucking simple.
Here's the point, though. Again, how the rant started is the chat not keeping that same energy, but
for other people, but for you,
hearing me keeping the same energy, because I don't come in y'all streams and troll y'all for real. Like,
you
I'll
should.
Say stuff here and there.
You should. it's a lot of fun.
I mean, it does get fun. Like, I'll do that sometimes, but I generally don't come in.
It's not you. It's not your vibe. I feel that.
Yeah, that's just not me. But they're like, you need to have that same energy when they come at you. I'm like, I'm not really gonna fight fire with fire. Like, that's not me. But if we're gonna talk about keeping that same energy with y'all, then y'all need to keep that same energy in everybody's chat if they do something wrong. Like, it was only a certain amount of people that clown TBH for live uninstalling Red Dead and Kingdom Hearts 3, right? But if you want to come at me for not even beating the game, which I'm not even done with, like, how you gonna say I'm not gonna beat a game that I'm not done with? It's Sekiro. Like,
so you think it's just people jumping the gun, basically?
Yeah, it's just people jumping the gun, and then again that expands from. The funny thing, I think the whole. If I recall, the whole me not beating games thing came from Black Ops 3, and it was actually you who said it on the podcast.
What did I say? Wait, who did I make the original meme? Did I say you don't finish games or something like that?
Yeah, because I said that I didn't finish the campaign for Black Ops 3, and you was like, "Oh, JD don't beat games," and it literally just blew up into, "Oh, okay, I don't beat any games," and I'm like, "All right, bet." I'm about to stream fucking every game I play.
I think you did literally say that. You were like, "All right, I'll stream every fucking game to prove that I beat my games," or something and like that.
And niggas still keep it that same energy and say, "I don't beat shit." I'm like, what are you talking about? We have people in GI who don't play shit.
I mean,
we have people in GI who don't play nothing.
There are some smaller people in GI who I'd say are way bigger culprits of this. Like, I'm not saying Nomad is one, but there are certain people who just drop games. They've done it live on stream. Like, we've seen this before, bro. Like,
I
think you can pull it out. Like, you beat games live on stream. Like, I've beaten multiple games live on stream. Like, last one I beat was like DMC. I literally beat that in like a single stream session, and I showed it. I think it's the same thing as like TBH started the meme for me that I beat games in 10 hours. And he'll say that in stream. I guess that's like the thing that irks me is like he uses it in comedy, but I think some people I did notice that there were some people who weren't there for the original like joke, and so they thought it was like serious that like I beat Assassin's Creed Origin in 10 hours, which isn't possible. Like, I don't think it's plausible that you cannot, like, if you actually researched it, if you searched up like how long to beat Assassin's Creed Origin, you cannot beat the main story in 10 hours. It's not plausible. It takes like 28 and a half hours. And I remember I told him, I was like, I beat the game in 35 hours. And I guess for him that's perceived as like, oh, that's like that's fast as fuck. But like for me, it's just like I'm not like TBH and some other people where like I don't have OCD about a lot of like check marks, which Ubisoft is notorious for. Like I'm not inclined. I don't find completing check marks and checklists on games as engaging. I find them very boring.
Not with that game. I don't have to do every single thing in the damn
unless
game.
I love the game. Yeah, I'll do it. But like even Origin, like I love the game. Yeah.
I beat the game like maybe a whole month before TBH even beat it, and Nomad was kind of the same way when it came to like doing everything. And Ace played the game the same way. I was like,
I don't know why are you doing that? Yeah, it's like
I got through the same shit that y'all did. I got the same items that y'all did, the same legendary items, and I didn't go around doing every single stronghold that there was and every single side mission.
Right, and that's
I just did those because I was bored, but I still ended up getting to the same point and I beat the game.
Right, and that's my argument about like the whole argument is like, and that's my argument about Origins that I stated was like, it was like oh, I beat this game like TBH said it took him 60 or 100 hours. I was like, well, you're doing all this side stuff that I feel is like irrelevant to like getting the point of the game. And on top of that, like I had gotten my hands on the most rare item, the most rare armor set in the entire game, the Ancestor one that you have to do a bunch of fucking tombs and shit. I did that entire thing in the span of my playthrough. And so like for me, it's like I think it's like it's a lot of like it's a mischaracterization to tell somebody that like, oh, you know, you beat your game super fast and you like you miss details, and that's like not the case. It's like everyone has a different pacing for how they beat their games. It's not that if I can beat a game twice as fast as you, it's not that I'm missing out on twice the amount of content or twice the amount of context for the game. It's just like maybe I'm either I might just be better at you for this type of game, like skill wise. B, it might just be somebody to the point that like certain things that side quests that you find interesting I don't find interesting at all, so there's no reason for me to play that. I guess in certain contexts that's important, where certain side quests are important to the main quest, like Witcher 3. I would argue like if you don't do any of the side quests, you might miss out on some very important things in the game, or things that make the game special. But I don't think that's like a one point for like every game. Like not all games make side quests important. A lot of side quests are fetch quests that don't do shit for the main story. So it's like if you play a couple side quests and you're like, oh, this is the same shit over and over and over again, why do you have to like why do I feel the need that like I need to do every bit of content? And I remember we had this argument with a certain individual. Remember we had this whole little controversy that popped up, not with us, but another entity outside of GI, about reviews. Remember how we would talk about like what was the requirement need to beat a review, and like we were arguing to a person that like at minimum you should at least beat the main story before you even say shit about it. Like if you call it a first impression, cool. But if you're out here labeling the video as a review and you're not even done with the game, let's say you're like, oh, I'm 15 hours in and I'm like at like 3/4 through the game, you should have the ethics to say I'm not going to title a video review when you haven't seen the ending of the game.
Right.
And I guess like that's kind of
I put 72 hours in the Odyssey, bro.
Yeah.
72 hours to still get the same point that TBH had to get into a month later.
Yeah, and a month later, you get the job done. Oh, yeah.
Somebody really got y'all ticked off.
No, but
no. We're just talking.
But again, a joke was made from
like,
that I didn't experience the game, and I was like, "What are you talking about? If 72 hours isn't experiencing the whole game, then I'm doing something wrong."
I remember I had a conversation when we were at an Anthem thing with another content creator. It was we were just memeing each other. It wasn't like serious, but I was like we were talking about like Dragon Age Inquisition, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, like. I was like, oh yeah, I love that game. Like I spent like 120 hours on that fucking game. And then like she was like, oh, I spent like 300 hours. Oh, you think that's impressive? I spent $300 or 300 hours on it. And I was like, okay, like I laughed, like it's a funny meme, but like in a serious context, it's like just because you spent more hours on a game doesn't mean that like you can't get the same thing out of it or more out of it. I don't know. I don't think that's like a fair like assessment. I mean, it could be worse. You could be one of these people out here who doesn't even play. They play an hour of the game and then they make a whole video talking like they know about the game. Could be worse.
Yeah, but like I said, like if y'all gonna keep that energy, like y'all need to just keep that energy in everybody's chat. That was the whole point of the rant. Okay. Like just call people out on quote unquote their bullshit, but I agree that like you didn't do anything wrong. And I didn't do anything.
I'm just making sure.
Wrong either, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just memeing half the time. Like this is a fucking persona. Like I'm just fucking memeing half the time. Half the time I say you like reckless shit, and I don't even mean half of that shit. Like I remember people will bring up shit about shit I've said to them, and I'm like, yo, I don't even remember me saying that shit. But fucking whatever.
Sate ate those just saying shit.
Yeah, it's just toxic me just saying shit. But yeah, no, I think everybody agrees. Like, I think like everybody has had a game that they got bored of and they just stopped playing it. And it wasn't like they couldn't beat it, and it wasn't like they were just like, this game was just like, you know, too good, too like I'm just dropping games because, you know, I'm just bad at them and I'm like fronting. It just be straight up like, I just didn't find this game interesting, and so I just stopped playing it. It's important to like say that like in context when you're like talking about the game, or like you're like criticizing the game, or like reviewing it. You should be like, I dropped the game at this point because, and then you should explain your reasoning why. And I feel like there should be a somewhat fair and decent reason why you quit that game. Like to criticize a game and say, I stopped playing this game because like this aspect of the game is bullshit, and then like someone criticizes you and say, no, that part of the game isn't bullshit, it's just you misunderstood how that mechanic functions or something like that. I guess that's something that you can get criticized on, but like in general,
I would say like the majority of the time, if I do drop a game, it's because there are other games that are out.
It's literally
like,
that. I think that's me for 90% of my games.
That's just our gaming lives now when we're entertaining. Like,
I
was telling people, I literally talked about this like a month before, and I tweeted it. I said, look at all the games that are coming out on February the 15th. Yeah.
How are you going to keep all your attention?
It was 4 fucking major games coming out. I was like, you think I'm going to play all these games at the same time? I was like, no. I'm going to play one game, try to stick with it, and then if I don't beat it before the next game comes out that I really want to play, then I'm going to try to prioritize one, and then like just play one day and then play one the next day. And that's what I had to do again when Sekiro came out, because I didn't beat Devil May Cry yet. So I was like, all right, I'm going to play Devil May Cry today, and then I'm going to play Sekiro tomorrow, and then go back to Devil May Cry until I beat it. And that's exactly what I did. And I beat it, and now I'm back on Sekiro, and I'm going to play that until I beat it. But then you got these bounties that come around too. I'm going to do those because y'all niggas ain't give me enough money, so I'm going to
I got to make money.
I'm gonna take every opportunity I could get, so I'm playing shit like MLB The Show. Like, so again, just people gotta realize that like sometimes things happen, but the majority of the time, at least for me, but I know this is the case for a lot of us, you just gotta put games down when another game comes out that sparks your interest more than the previous game. And you know, will you come back to the other game? Maybe, but again, that's your choice.
Well, to take a little bit of my persona, or how some people perceive me memeing is, I think a lot of it has to do with like broke boys, to the point that I think a lot of people perceive this because I don't think everyone can afford like what we can do. I'm almost positive not a lot of people in chat can afford to buy like back to back The Division, Sekiro, and DMC over, and like week to week to week. Like that's like what, $180?
$180, yeah. If you're doing 60,
for 3 games in 1 month. And then if you bought Anthem, that's another $60 that you potentially paid for, or $30 or $15 that you paid for that. So like all these things combined, you know, so like certain people who like they don't have the luxury to like afford like to buy 4 games in a month, they can only pick one of these games. So for them, that kind of like, I guess, plays into a bias of you know, you're just quitting games and necessarily not really like thinking it over of, oh, well, as a content creator, they're getting their hands on a multitude of these games. Granted, Dubstep bought all my games. Dubstep bought every single game that I wanted to get in February. So if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have been able to play all the games that I had been able to play this month.
Yeah, I got Sekiro ball for me. I ended up buying DMC. We got Anthem for free, and I didn't get The Division because I was like, I'm going to try to beat these other games and then maybe get it later.
And that's not even, and on top of that, that's not even including like all the additional games that like you get review codes for being a content creator that like people want you to look at or to review or to stream, or like we're talking about with bounties. So like on top of that, like there's a game that I've had my hands on called The Occupation. I got this game like about a week and a half ago. I promised them I would like at least do a review or some sort of coverage. Metro, I couldn't fucking do Metro for such a long time because literally it was just so many fucking games out, and me trying to get through a fucking big ass game like Metro Exodus took a lot of fucking time compared to like playing Anthem. It's literally like, okay, I'm gonna play Metro, and then literally people in the DMs are telling me, hey yo, let's hop on and do these legendary contracts. It's like, fuck, man. Like, I don't have enough fucking time. I need to stay up 24 hours in order for me to like cover every fucking thing in the entirety of like February alone, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so like it's it's really at a point where like we just don't have enough time. And then on top of that, you have a video game that you're working on, and you have a regular
no,
9 to 5. Still,
9 to
right?
5. Yeah, so you add
Yeah.
you add all this sort of stuff up, and you're just like, holy fucking shit. It's like, yo, I'm surprised more people aren't actually saying in chat like, yo, like how the fuck do you find time to even to stream, or how do you even find time to fucking like just do anything at all, compared to like when if you really add up everything you have to do, like even with GI, like for you it's like when you have to do like all the articles and you have to do all the additional content. Luckily, like you're able to do it like full time. Like even still, it's like it's a lot of shit, especially when you have like personal commitment that you have to do. And I mean, you already said like you being engaged in something. You know you're preparing for like a new entire like section of your entire life that you have to prepare for. And so like that's a lot of fucking work. That's a lot of commitment that you have to prepare for. And that just means that like ultimately there's gonna be moments where it's just like, yo, I don't have the time to play this game, because like I have like there's more important things in life that I have to take care of. So.